What's up, everybody? Episode 1 of The Bad Batch just released on Disney Plus, so let's review it. Real quick, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and comment down below. Tell me what you thought of Episode 1 of The Bad Batch. And this is going to be a spoiler review. It's not going to be heavy on spoilers, but I will be talking the ending and stuff. So you have been warned with the spoilers. Anyway, let's get into it. So episode 1 of this show follows the Bad Batch of clones, as the title would infer it does. But this is during the Order 66, where obviously the clones turn on the Jedi, or the Order 2 by the Emperor. So this kind of follows these 5 clones and how they react to it, and they're not as programmed as the other clones are, so they're kind of more aware of what's happening. So they're not kind of brainwashed into killing clones, and they're really conflicted with what's happening. So they go to Kamino, where Grand Moff Tarkin's there, and he's evaluating the clones and the need for clones versus a actual not clone army, whatever you want to call it, normal army. So he's evaluating that, and he's evaluating the Bad Batch, and he's kind of is impressed by them, so he sends them on the mission. Anyways, by the end of the episode, back on Kamino, they get in a fight, and Crosshair, who's one of the members of the group, he turns bad, he turns on them, he's attacking them, and then they escape, and they escape with Omega, who's the new little girl in this episode, who's also a defect clone. So they escape, and then they say they're gonna go see someone who I'm guessing is Captain Rex or something. But anyway, that's really the episode. I don't want to go spend too much time on the description, but overall I really enjoyed this episode. It's really an awesome and needed take on Order 66. Order 66 is a huge event in the galaxy. Obviously the clones and the Emperor taking over and everything, and really the creation of the Empire from the original trilogy. So that's a huge event in the Star Wars saga. So it's really nice to have another perspective on it. Obviously, we have the Obi-Wan, Yoda, Anakin perspective of it. So it's really nice to have kind of this just group of clones perspective on the event. And I thought this show explored that very well. Kind of these 5 clones of complexities of it, and kind of how they're reacting to it, and how other clones are reacting to it, and how they're kind of brainwashed into doing it, and all that, and just exploring that more. And I really enjoy that. I personally enjoy episode 3 quite a bit, so I really enjoy that it's exploring some of the best parts of that movie even more. I honestly had chills at the Emperor's speech during the collapse of the Republic. Obviously, it used the audio from episode 3, so it was just a really awesome scene. It brought me right back to just the emotion of episode 3 for me, and I thought it was a great scene. And overall, this show was just filled with lots of good tie-ins to episode 3, and I really enjoyed that. And this show, or this episode, along with really the entirety of Star Wars: The Clone Wars, continues to really be fan service for people who are fans of the prequels and who grew up with the prequels. I understand they're bad, but I grew up with them, and I'm really nostalgic for them. So it's really nice that this show's kind of paying homage to those kind of fans, and because it's really just kind of fan service for them, because it's just exploring more of what was good about the Clone Wars, the prequel trilogy. I really enjoy that. And overall, these shows, Clone Wars and now this, they've made the prequels so much better, and I really like that, and it's really exciting to see what they will do in the future. But anyways, this episode was really entertaining. It was lots of fun. I love the Bad Batch of characters. I really enjoyed all five main characters in the show, as well as Omega and all the other kind of less major characters in the episode. I really enjoyed them all. They got lots of development, which was really nice for a show like this. This episode's really long. It was over an hour, which was kind of surprising, but I thought it was fine because it allowed lots of room for character development, and I thought that made the episode feel really polished, and it made you really care about these characters. All 5 of them, even Crosshair, who turned evil, they all got great development, and I thought that was great. I really enjoyed the length of this episode because it just allowed so much more freedom for them to do what they should do with development and pacing and all that. And certainly I felt this episode in general was just less geared towards kids and more geared towards adults in a way. Overall, it felt a little darker, and it just felt more kind of toned for adults, and I like that. I think that's the best way to do it. But honestly, I just thought the arcs with the characters in this episode were the best part, and they were just really enjoyable, especially with Crosshair. I loved his kind of arc, as he's kind of in the middle of things and he turns bad. And I liked all 4 main clones. They all had this good character development, and they all feel distinct, and that's really important. And I liked the addition of Omega here. She really added a lot to the show, I think, and I was definitely excited to see where they go with her character in the future. But in terms of Star Wars canon, I really like how this show explores different perspectives of major events, like I've kind of alluded to, And this is really what spin-offs can do for the Star Wars universe. Like, not whatever they did with Solo. I thought that was really just didn't add anything, where it only took away from Han Solo's character. I didn't like Solo at all. Where this episode, at least, it's really harmless in what it does, yet it adds a lot of depth to events and characters and what happened. And I think that's definitely what a spin-off should be, rather than what we had with Solo. So I definitely think this is a huge positive for the Disney Star Wars era, and just trying to get it right. And it's along with Mandalorian, where Mandalorian also does very similar, where it follows a different group of characters with very minor exterior details of things from the main line of movies, but it's certainly present and it certainly adds to the episode, and that's all it needs to do. So like I said, overall I really enjoyed this episode. I can't wait for episode 2 to see where this show goes. I don't know how many episodes this show is going to be. I know episode 2 comes out in a few days, so I'm really excited to see what they do there. It's just really good, and it's really a good mix of action, drama, and there's elements for kids in here, and there's elements for adults, and it's really broad, and I really like that. It should appeal to everyone. I think it's a really good episode 1, and it certainly piqued my interest for the show, and I can't wait to see where it goes next, where I wasn't particularly excited for it, but I'm definitely excited to check it out, check out episode 2 in the future, and see where it goes. But like I said, I particularly enjoyed how it explored different aspects of the universe and the character development and the character arcs in the show. I thought they were all really good for an animated show, and I really enjoyed this episode. It definitely gets a thumbs up from me. I'm not going to grade every episode. I'll grade the show at the end. So that will do it for my review of The Bad Batch from Disney Plus and Star Wars and all that. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and tell me what you thought of the episode 1 down below in the comments. And thanks for watching, and have a great day.